Her voice cut the storm like a blade. Off-worlder. You trespass. I froze, raising my hands. Crash survivor. Not here to fight. Her silver gaze narrowed. The lightning cracked, illuminating her scars, each one a story written across her skin. She circled me with measured steps, her blade dragging sparks along stone. Survivor or spy? Matters not. My duty is clear. She raised her sword. Instinct screamed at me to run, but reason reminded me. No one outran a Scifi warrior. So I stood. If your duty is to kill, then do it. But know this, I have no quarrel with your people. I only seek a way home. Her blade hovered inches from my throat, humming with faint energy. For a long moment she studied me, searching my eyes as though peeling back layers of lies. At last, she lowered it with a sharp exhale. Come, she commanded. If you lie, I will carve truth from your bones. I followed, unsure whether I had been spared or sentenced. Middle bonds in the ruins. Her name, I would later learn, was Thyra of the Stormborn, last guardian of a ruined citadel buried deep within Karotha's ravaged cliffs. She lived alone in halls of broken stone, surrounded by relics of her fallen kin. Every morning, she trained as though an army still marched against her. Every night, she sharpened her blade against the silence. At first, she treated me as a prisoner, feeding me scraps, binding me with her glare more than any chain. But days stretched, and necessity softened edges. I repaired her water collectors with scavenged parts. She taught me how to find edible roots hidden in sand. Slowly, conversation replaced silence. Thyra was relentless, forged in discipline. Yet beneath that iron mask, I glimpsed something else, loneliness heavy as the ruins she guarded. One evening, I watched her spar alone in the courtyard. Her movements were flawless, a deadly dance carved into muscle memory. But there was elegance too, a rhythm that went beyond violence. In that dim light I forgot fear. I forgot survival. I saw her not as a warrior, but as a woman carrying the weight of a world that had died before her. And before I could stop myself, the words left me. You're beautiful. The courtyard stilled. Her blade, mid-swing, froze in the air. Her breath caught audibly. She turned slowly, silver eyes wide, trembling in a way I had never seen. What did you say? Her voice was brittle, stripped of its iron. I swallowed. Beautiful. Fierce, yes. Strong, unstoppable. But beautiful too. For the first time, her hand faltered on the hilt of her sword. She stepped back, as if the word itself had struck her harder than any enemy. No one has spoken that word to me, she whispered. Not once. My people, we were told to be weapons. Praise was for bloodshed, victories claimed. Never for this. She touched her chest lightly, over her heart, as if unsure it still beat. She fought without fear, but now she froze, trembling before a word she had never been allowed to hear. That night she spoke no more. But the silence between us was no longer cold. It was fragile, vulnerable, alive. The trial of fire. Days passed. Our uneasy bond grew in the shadows of ruins. She no longer treated me as an intruder. She began to ask questions. What did humans value in their warriors? Did we love our daughters differently than our sons? What did it mean to find beauty in someone's face, someone's soul? Her curiosity carried pain, as though each answer unraveled the teachings that had bound her all her life. Then came the night of fire. A raiding party of scavengers stormed the citadel, drawn by whispers of Scifi relics. Armored in scrap, armed with plasma rifles, they poured into the ruins like a swarm of jackals. Thyra roared into battle, blade flashing arcs of light, cutting through steel and flesh alike. She moved like a storm unleashed, unyielding, unstoppable. I fought beside her with rifle and grenades, but I could not match her fury. Yet even storms falter. She was struck, plasma searing her side, staggering her steps. A scavenger raised his rifle for the kill shot. I threw myself into the path, tackling him before he could fire. The fight blurred, burned, ended in silence and smoke. When the last raider fell, I crawled to her side. Blood slicked her armor. But her grip on her blade was steady, her breath shallow but alive. "You fought for me," she murmured, disbelief breaking through the pain. "Not for your life. For mine. Because you're worth it," I said, my voice rough. "Not as a warrior. As you." Her eyes shimmered, a storm breaking at last. Ending. A word that changed everything. In the days that followed, I tended her wounds, carrying her when she could not walk. She tried to mask her pain with stoicism, but I saw the cracks now, the woman beneath the warrior. One dawn, as we sat at the citadel's edge watching stormlight ripple across the horizon, she spoke softly. "My people died with blades in their hands. They believed fearlessness was all that mattered. I carried that belief, until your words cut deeper than any sword." She turned to me, eyes vulnerable, uncertain. "Say it again." "You are beautiful," I whispered. Her breath shuddered, shoulders trembling. She closed her eyes, as if absorbing the word into every scar, every memory. When she opened them again, there was no fear, no fury, only something new. "Then let me learn what it means," she said. I smiled, and for the first time she smiled back. Not the sharp grin of victory, but something fragile, human, alive. Weeks later, rescue came. The Alliance shuttle descended through the storms, lights cutting through gloom. I stood ready to leave, but Thyra remained still at the threshold of her ruined world. "You have shown me I am more than a weapon," she said quietly. "If I stay, I remain a shadow of the dead. If I go, perhaps I will learn to live." I extended my hand. She hesitated only a moment before taking it. Together we boarded the shuttle. As Korath 4 dwindled beneath the clouds, I looked at the warrior who once fought without fear but froze at a single word. She sat beside me, silver eyes thoughtful, her hand still in mine. And in that silence, I knew the word had taken root, not just in her ears but in her heart. She was beautiful, and for the first time she believed it.